The cyberspace is home to billions of people and is the right platform you need to grow your business. The Center for Innovation and Technology is offering you a golden opportunity to speak directly to your market at an affordable price. We also offer media training workshops, live streaming, documentary production, and events management. Get in touch with us today on the following numbers: +263 867 711 0290 or 0718 100 235. Don't forget to subscribe to our social media platforms. Like our Facebook page, Center for Innovation and Technology. Follow us on Twitter @SiteZW. And you can also check out our website www.site.org.zw. You can also visit our offices at 45 Moffat Avenue, Hillside, Blaawai. Take advantage of this opportunity to expand your business.
Welcome to Asake Online. My name is Zenzele Ndebele, and this is the Breakfast Club.
Ebesithanda ukuthi njengesizwe sangapha esaba affected by eco-ground sifuna some sense of ownership. Who started it? That's the starting point. Ngubani ongumnikazi wakho ngoba ukuthi sithethelelane ka siyathethelela abantu singamazi umnikazi. I think an interpreter can interpret this.
Right. As people of Matebelele, before we can talk of healing and reconciliation and forgiveness, we want ownership, we want acknowledgement. Whom are we talking about? Who has done what and who needs to be forgiven?
Ngoba sikuthi into le yaphunga uvuke kuseni khona. Wahlalwa kwenye indawo kwastrategizwa walungiswa ukuthi into lesifuna ukuthi ihambe sokuye kwenziwa lokho. Ungakhangela general, ungakhangela abantu ababedutshula abaningi, ababedutshula ku ground. Babe nikwa 8 rounds. Ngikhuluma bamkhulu wami nangangizibu bamkhulu wami oyi1. Yena lo abamdubula ukuthi wangumkhaza. He was one of the persons who was exhumed by Amani Trust. Bamdubula nge8 rounds. And ungananzelela abanye babedutshula. So ukuthi into it was organized somewhere. So we wish ama perpetrators babuye bathi then sisiqalisa ukusebenza. Xa kungakabi nomuntu othi yimi sithethelela abani njani.
This was a well organized thing. I remember even they would organize 8 rounds to kill somebody, to fire at somebody. Like I remember my grandfather Mkaza, who was also exhumed by Amani Trust those days. They used 8 rounds to kill him. So that was something that they planned. Somebody sat down somewhere and planned that this is what I'm going to do. So we want to know that individual, so that when we say we are forgiving somebody, whom are we forgiving?
And why I'm saying ikesi kamkhaza, because kule yinye that tallies with that. Kulomunye umama la wabula uyise, where I went as a chief ngisamthathela death certificate. I took 2 days to collect that death certificate, something that has never happened in this life, because they were refusing to give us the death certificate with the correct records. That the record is there, is written black and white, and the umama wangonisema eza la uyise wadutshula 8 rounds.
So indaba lezi ziyahambelana. Limayezani ngani kulo mama layo wadutshula nge8 rounds zinezwe. Umama lo uyise wadutshula nge8 rounds. Umama lo sahamba sizama ukuthi simncedise ube ethatha i-death certificate. Into yathatha amalanga amabili. Into emangalisa ukuthi i-death certificate ngathatha amalanga amabili ukuthi itholakala.
So into esicelayo, first and foremost, we need to see umuntu wathi mina yimi engakwenzayo. Sesizaba lo umbuzo ukuthi wakwenzelani. Sesixolelana ke from there. Hayi kwathi ukuthi ungaxolelana sikhona apha phansi kweshedi le. We need to see those people abakwenzayo. Asidlali futhi. We need them. Yabo.
So we need to see the people that actually cannot just share, because this is not a game.
Indaba yegugura wonke esikhuluma ngayo namhlanje
This Kukurawundi issue that we are talking about today
iloke iqhubekela phambili ayikapheli ikhona eMathebeleleni
is continuous. It's not yet over. It's there in Mathebeleleni.
abantu abayihlalelayo angazi kumbe bayihlalela ngawuphi umnyaka before independence.
Those that planned it, I don't know which year, sometime in Kubekele family.
Bona abakufisayo ukuthi omunye umhlubulo kwelinye ilizwe uchabalala.
They want to make sure that the other part of the country or the nation disappears.
Kuthe ngo-1987
In 1987,
i-Unity Accord abayisayinayo kuthiwa ngeyokustopha i-genocide.
the Unity Accord that they signed, which they claimed was to stop genocide.
Yes, yama i-genocide but yabuya isingeyinye indlela kathesi.
So this genocide stopped but came in another form.
Kathesi sesile economic genocide in Mathebeleleni. Ni right that? Bengithengoza interpreter ngoluyili. Kathesi eMathebeleleni sokulento okuthiwa economic genocide, where our land is being taken and passed to other people from other regions.
So lapha eMathebeleleni sesinanzelele ukuthi umhlabathi wethu usuthathwa uphiwe abanye abantu abavela kwezinye.
Kuthe ngo-2000 kuqalisa i-land invasion.
In 2000 when land invasion started,
The land was taken from the white people and given to other people from other regions.
umhlabathi wathathwa emakhiweni kwabamhlophe waphiwa kwabanye abantu abavela kwenye.
So what peace are we talking about when our land is being taken from us and given to other people?
So ukuthula esikhuluma ngakho yikuphi nxa ukuthi umhlabathi wethu yathathwa ezandleni zethu uphiwe abanye abantu.
Nxa ngikhuluma nge-economic genocide ngikhuluma ngento eqhubekayo kwezomnotho ukuthi ivini imisebenzi kumbe ama-business opportunities kumbe ukuyecela nje imali eloni ebhenki uma uvela emhlubulweni eMandebeleni kunzima ukuthi uyithole.
When I talk of ukubhidlika komnotho, economic genocide,
Yes.
we were actually talking about the way we are disempowered around economic issues.
Uyathi ufike ebhenki kulesibongo sakomhlanga nginje mina ngizivelela khona le wange ngithi ngi-applyela iloni angiyitholi kodwa olesibongo esinye kuleli lizwe esingayisiso sicala lapha eMathebeleleni uyayithola imali and then ebesecabanga kwesisikhathi ukuthi uhlakaniphile kodwa you are a beneficiary of the system awukwazi ukuthi kuhamba njani.
So if I as Mhlanga would go to a bank and try to apply, I won't get it. But if somebody with the correct surname applies, he will get that, and we think he's very clever, but he's actually a beneficiary of this system.
Ukufaka kuhle uma usithi a correct surname. Yes, a correct surname.
Brackets.
If you move around ema police station, right, abantu bakithi ababebulawa ngeGugurawundi babebulawa ngoba kukhulunywa, let me say it, ukuthi abaningi bakhona babekhuluma ngathi kumbe bonke babekhuluma ulimi lwesishona. Ungahamba ema police station namhlanje uthola kukhulunywa isishona ema police station. So what peace are we talking about when we are still intimidated by the same people?
So if you walk around, if you go around our areas where people were being killed, talking Shona, the people that were killing were talking Shona, and if you go back to those police stations now, you find those people that work there actually speak Shona. So what peace are we talking about?
Sengicina mina ngithi mina, what peace are we talking about if you move around Mathebeleleni ukhangela izikolo in Mathi North kube le 0% pass rate? It's because let me say maybe over 90% of the teachers in Mathebeleleni North are Shona speaking teachers. Teaching ECD grade 0 a child. So umntwana uyafundani kumele afunde iculture, kumele afunde ukugida ingquzu zakithi, imigido yakithi, uzafundani yena efundiswa ngumuntu ngathi ngikhuluma nomunye uteacher ofundisa eCholocho elesibongo evelela khona le ukuthi uvelela eMashonalandi West. Imbuzo ukuthi ufundisa njani? Kuthiwa thina ongodzi zakho abari. So this government is far away from repenting.
So when you move around in Mathebeleleni, especially in Mathebeleni, you find that there are irrelevant teachers that are actually teaching subjects that they are not familiar with, they are not even familiar with the culture. And when you go around and ask them why, what do you teach them, they say, we will learn from the children.
The perpetrators are in a mission to destroy, to totally destroy everything in Matabeleland. Everything. Be it education, be it health, be it justice, everything is there to be destroyed by the same people who committed a genocide in Matabeleland.
So laba benza lokho balenjongo yokubhidliza yonke into eMathebeleleni.
So if we are to talk peace, Siyalithanda, I would love to go to Harare, and I have got Shona speaking friends. But if we are to have a true and a peaceful environment in this country, we must have self-determination. Omunye lomunye azibonele kibo. In Mathebelelend, we must have our own policemen, our own teachers abavelela khonapha. Sengcina mina ngithi mina kanti ngizwa kuthiwa it was a moment of madness. Kanti why wakhetha ukuzohlanyela eMathebeleleni lo wayehlanya? Indaba engahlanyelanga kibo khonani.
Oh, just a few comments on the manner in which these things have been conducted. Very good that they respected the rituals. Any reconciliation must take place within a cultural context. Any reburial, exhumation must take place within a cultural context. When I die, a stranger can't come and touch my body or even take it into the grave. It has to be the Nyati people. That is our custom and must be respected at all times. So I'm happy Utula is doing that, respecting Iloku Zainalan. For us, burial is not a mechanical process. Burial has psychological, emotional, and spiritual dimensions. That one must be understood very clearly. It also becomes very clear there's been too much ethnic animosity in this country as a result of what happened. Too much ethnic hatred. I shudder to think of the task that lies ahead of those who must now foster reconciliation. The period we have come to has been disastrous in terms of spoiling ethnic relations. And I have said, and I'll repeat, for now we have a country, but we have no nation. What we need is a nation where everybody feels welcome, respected, and treated equally. Doesn't mean we all become rich at the same time. No, there is nothing like that. And that's not what we are asking for. But fair treatment, to feel welcome, to feel you are also a citizen. That, I think, is missing in our situation. We hope something is going to happen. The other comment that I had is, well, my interest has always been heritage, hence the construction of this place. That's cultural heritage. But also I have an interest in political, or let me call it, liberation heritage, and with particular reference to the history of Zipra. Not so much of Zapu. My area of interest is Zipra. That's the history that I've concentrated on, and I'm hoping if I've got more life or more years, I'll do a comprehensive history of Zipra, but I'll start with the sabotage stage. When they were throwing stones, right up to the period when the first guns were fired in September 1964 at Zituwe Range by Moffat Khatev and others. So then we follow it up right up to 1979. By very early 1981, Baba Matema, an agreement had already been signed with the North Koreans. It had been planned well in advance. I-5 brigade. Remember, before then we had 4 brigades. So you now create a 5th brigade. With very clear intentions, this book, I'll hand it over to someone at the end. Some of you, I know Baba Mngani Lapana has got a copy. Shari bought another one. This one is my story. Joseph Kumonyati. He's a former classmate from Standard 4 to Standard 6 at Sankonjana. in this district. He joined Zipra in 1975, trained at Morogoro. And then Babe Khambe bonke labo babomncane ongena ngaphi and usekalile. So when he came back in 1980, he was attested to 5th Brigade. But you see, it's because there are people who don't know. Can't even imagine there were Zipra officers in Kukurahundi. They were there. In January 1983, they were deployed to Slovela. That's where their headquarters was, Wokobo. And then they were moving into Enkai and Lupani. But the Zipra component was not deployed right up to the end. So they don't know what happened. It was only the former Zanders who were deployed. And you will see in this book a picture of them, our own home area. And that's what saved our people. He was a lieutenant. He was at the Kweru Military Academy. So he saved our people. In our small area, I think only one person was killed. And it was because of Joseph Nyati, who was there and commanding the platoon that went to the area. Then they discovered that and was said Tunyela was Kangacha. That's where he moved. So the book is about that story. Then the second one details, and I've said, if you can't cry, there are people who can't cry in this world. If you can't cry, you listen to stories, lots of stories, bad stories. I think in this book I have about 8 narratives relating to Kukurahundi. They were picked up from there, Bahamba Ebalakwe. And somebody would tell you, they kicked me, I collapsed. Another one, they broke a lady's arm. They are all here, and I've got their pictures because they are from. So you are looking at Kukurahundi within a micro level, from my own home area, because there are no barriers. I come from there, we grew up with these people, so they have nothing to fear when I interview them, and I want to believe they tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth. Chairman we commission, senza cela ukubuya uzothatha lamabhuku aza kuncedisa ukwazi okunye okwenzakalayo. Ekakwenzakalanga indawo eyodwa esilozwi khona ngale silaba abakithi abasala khona ngale nqali bazowele abangakithi labantu. Ukuthi ke likwazi okunye kwakhona. I think the 2 books are coming out at the most opportune time, hoping that government is serious. That's what we hope. As to what happened, some people are suggesting reparations. But from my own area, which I've studied, what is totally lacking now and missing is community leadership. Akusela lutho olungenzakala ngoba the people who were targeted were the political leadership. Akusela muntu who is going to drive development in our area. That is one area elingamelanga likhohlwe. Sithi nxa sikhuluma ngemali likwazi ukuthi even imali isetshenziswa yi-leadership. People will run with development. In these areas, Katesi, akula leadership. Abanye ngekukurahundi babaleka baye South Africa, abanye babaleka baye Botswana. They never went back to those areas. So that's the tragedy, the death of leadership. Total absence of an initiative, proactive leadership within these areas. And that should be taken on board.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Okay. That was 2 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Nyati.
I've known this lady for 20 years now, 1998.
Sengimazi okweminyaka engu-20 from 1998.
And she was the person who made me think we have to start digging up the dead in Matabeleland. It was this lady.
Nguye umama owasenza sacabanga ukuthi abantu ababe bengcwatshwe kubi kabagejwe bekwakuhle. Nguye nalokho.
Because she was the one at a community meeting who said, and some of you have been to Edwell's site today, so you know, she said, my son was killed hanging upside down on this tree. He was kicked and bayoneted to death, and then he was buried in an antbear hole on the school playing field. And what can I do? What can I do?
Nguye owathi sisemhlanganweni wezakhamizi wathi yena umntanami wabulawa elengisiwe esihlahleni ikhanda likhangele phansi bamchaya bambulala bamgqikela lapha emlindini wesambali ngenze njani.
And so that was the moment when I thought, as a psychologist, I can't say to her, whenever you sad, I'll empathize. I thought, now we need spades. Now we need the skills to dig that person. We can't have someone buried in a school playing field.
Yisho isikhathi ngabona ukusilela kobungcithi bami ngabona ukuthi akuncedi ukuthi sikhulumisane kuphela kodwa sekudinga ukuthi sidinga amapiki lamafotsholo semkhipha lo muntu siqalise ukusebenza sesimkhiphile sesimbeke endaweni.
And so it's thanks to Edwell's mom.
So siyambonga unaka Edwell.
She was the first person and the traditional leadership in that area at the time, and in the area now. Chief Matema we work closely with. We work with Chief Grundy, we've worked with Chief Mate, we worked with Acting Chief Madlela before Chief Matema, and they supported our program because they understood that bones can't be in the forests, that you can't have the angry dead. And so we now have actually a fully trained forensic anthropology team. You can see us, we're the ones wearing these t-shirts running around. And we've been, we've done, in the 1990s and through to 2001, we did 20 exhumations, all in a fairly small area in Gwanda North.
Kulandela lokho sesibe le team etrainile eyokuphanda abantu njoba libona i-t-shirt esiyigqokile. So ngaselesana isikhathi sakhipha abantu abangaba bayidlula 20 wena lo anuma.
And in the last couple of years we've done another 6.
Ngathesi nje kunyela leminyaka esanduka idlula sesenza abanye abangona.
And we know of many other people who are waiting to be exhumed and returned to their families.
Banengi ke abamelele ukuthi khona baphathiswe ngalo msebenzi.
Yeah, so I'm going to just hand around some pictures so that you can look. You know, the thing about the dead is, in some ways, they are the best witnesses now, because they haven't forgotten what happened to them. They don't lie about what happened to them. If you dig them up carefully and you look to see the truth of the bones, then, you know, it's one of the best ways of recovering historical memory, okay, because bones don't lie, they don't exaggerate, and they don't forget. Okay, so I'm going to send around a few pictures. Okay, so this is the burial here, and again you can see a photograph of Julius. You can see Julius's oldest son, who's the one who really pushed for this reburial.
So lizabona into zemfanekiso yemuli nesikhathi esebekwa kulesiblo lakhe ngokudomdala.
This is Julius. That's what he looked like. This is the only surviving picture of him.
No, yiwo kuphela umfanekiso esawutholayo okaJulius.
And one of the things which we find is that often people have hidden away the photos of people murdered by 5th Brigade because they don't know how to discuss those relatives with their families.
Into esinanzelelayo ukuthi abantu babethe bengaphulawa iphufura wonke abantu befihle lemifanekiso yabo ngenxa ukuthi bayashela ukuthi bazayixoxa njani indaba yabo nawo.
And very often these pictures only resurface days before the funeral, and for some of the younger children it may be the first time they've ever seen an image of their father.
Isikhathi esiningi imifanekiso le itholakala ngabala ngamalutshwana nje singakambeki umuntu wendi uthole ukuthi abanye abemuli especially abancane babevele bengakabe bebone ngalo mfanekiso.
And this is the jersey that we exhumed him in. This is a National Parks jersey. And
so le yijesi ayigqokile ngesikhathi semkhipha ayigqoka ngesikhathi etshona yayiyijesi e-National Park eMakembateni.
And his son worked at National Parks at the time and had given him this jersey just a few weeks before he was killed. So it was one of the bases on which he knew this was his father. When he came to see him 3 days later, buried in this shallow grave, and he said, "That's my father, that's the jersey I gave him." And then when we exhumed him, there was the jersey. So in terms of recovery of historical memory, okay, it's a very powerful...
Indodana yakhe yayimnikele ijesi wabayazi la ngesikhathi esebona lapho kwakubeke ulele khona uyise wayibona le ijesi sathi la ngesikhathi sesimkhipha ngesikhathi kuvela ijesi bonke abantu baba lethemba baba leqiniseka lokuthi nguye kanye ngoba ijesi le kwakukhulunywa ngayo kakhulu.
The other thing which comes back with exhumations is the truth about how the person died in terms of peri-mortem trauma.
enye into eyenzakalayo encedayo kakhulu liqiniso eliphuma emathanjeni ukuthi umuntu wafa njani.
This picture here shows what we call a parifracture. Okay, this is your baby finger. Sorry, can you just hold this a
Umfanekiso
second?
lo uza kutshengisela
It's this finger.
iza kutshengisela ifracture kumbe ukuqamuka okwenzakala ngomuntu nxa evika antiperi ukuvika ukuthi uya sacrifice una lo ithambo leli uzama ukuthi uzivikele. So ngendlela eliyabe liqamuke ngayo kuyakutshengisela ukuthi umuntu lo waqamuka evika.
Okay, so this is an indication of beating, and we found many other broken bones.
Khonokho kuyakutshengisela ukuthi umuntu lo waqamuka lapha echaya.
The other thing which we found, these are the trousers which we exhumed on these bones.
Ngapha yilibhulugwa eligqokile esalikhiphayo.
And you can see here a scorch mark.
Uzananzelela ukuthi kulama mark atshengisela ukuthi kwakusitsha.
And what we heard was that Julius Mvulonyati was tortured with burning plastic before he was killed.
Unyathi ngesikhathi esifa babemthotsha babemchisa ngeplastic.
So that is forensic evidence, which means that we can believe eyewitnesses. Okay, and I think one of the things in Matabeleland which is really important is that people's stories start to be really believed. And the bones tips can tell us those stories.
Okunye lokhu kuyibufakazi obugcweleyo okuyabe kuphiwa ngesiyabe sikutholile emathanjeni ukuthi labantu into ababe beyikhulumile ngesikhathi sokuvulwa lapha kuyagcizelela kulokhu abantu akade bekukhuluma.
For example, these three bones here. Sorry, can you hold these ones again? If somebody has their arms tied
yabona amathambo la amathathu lawo
and
umuntu izandla zakhe zibotshiwe kanje
they're beaten,
kulabo kade bekhona abazwile istori kade
you're
sikhuluma
going to
ngomama
try and protect your face.
umuntu lo nxa echaba uyazama ukuvikela ubuso bakhe uyanikeza wona lawa izandla zakhe kuyena lana indawo.
And what you can see here is three bones of the arms broken in an absolute straight line. And for me, the only explanation for that is that the arms were tied at the time.
Ngizananzelela ukuthi amathambo lawa amathathu angikhona ngoba umuntu uyabe lamathambo angu4 2 ngapha 2 ngapha amathathu angikhona aqamuka ku straight line okutshengisela ukuthi izandla zazindawonye and akula enye ingcazelo ongayithola ngaphandle kokuthi lapho kwakuyikuchapha.
And on the other side, there's a broken tooth, also perimortem, which means at time of death, blow to the face.
Emazinyweni futhi kulezinyo eliqamukileyo nxa sihlolisisa ukuthi laqamuka nini izinyo leli kukhanya laqamuka ngesikhathi umuntu esifa.
This is another recent burial, reburial, and what the people told us was that this individual had been so badly beaten that somebody else, out of pity for him, had tied up his jaw with a shirt. Okay, and he was then killed by 5th Brigade, and when we exhumed him, you could see the shirt still tied around the skull, okay, when we exhumed him. So again, in terms of recovery of historical memory, vindication of stories that people have told.
So le ngeyinye lawe esayisebenzayo lizananzelela ukuthi umuntu lo wayechawe kakhulu wamchaba baze bamkamla umhlathi wathi omunye wambopha umhlathi ezama ukumnceda ekumphandeni kwethu sathola ubufakazi bokuthi kwakulokho kubotshiwe ngejacket yakhe lokho ibophe ubuso.
Okay, this is Daniel, who we also exhumed quite recently.
Lo nguDaniel la esamphanda wena leminyaka edlulileyo.
Anyone who knows Zipra knows why he's got a fly whisk in his top pocket.
Wonke umuntu uyabesazi izapho. Umuntu uyabesazi izapho ngithi uzananzelela umuntu wayesazi izapho ngaleso sikhathi uzayibona isign le uyayazi isign le ukuthi yayisitsho.
And the straw hat apparently is also Zapu. It indicates Zapu.
The straw hat, number 70s.
Okay, this man was killed for his political party.
So low, wabulawela ukuthi waye yilunga le.
And again, recovery of historical memory. On this side here, I've got a quote from one of the relatives, one of the eyewitnesses. Daniel could not walk. He had blood coming out of his ears. We were forced to push him on the wheelbarrow for a long distance. Then the soldiers took him into the hills. We heard gunshots and never saw him alive again. Now, when we recovered his bones, his cranium was in 64 pieces. Okay, I stuck as much of it back together as I could and found 2 bullet holes through the cranium.
So, ekuxoxisaneni kwethu labemuli siyathola okunye ababe bekukhulumile. Sithi ngapho ngekhanda lika Daniel lalibhidlizeke kakubi. Lali kuma pieces angaba ngu-64. Ukuthi isikhathi sokuthi ulibuthanise ndawonye uzama ukuli-reconstruct kwathatha isikhathi eside, and then sadiscover futhi ukuthi ekhanda lakhe kwakulezikhala ezimbili ezenhlamvu zombhobho ezazidlule ekhanda lakhe.
Okay, this is also about, this is Daniel's arm, was also shattered by a bullet.
Le yingalo kaDaniel
That's this bone here.
eyayibhidlizwe luhlamvu.
And we also recovered from the grave, as Chief Matema was talking about, because he was part of this exhumation. There are the bullet cases, which we pulled out at the same site as the bones.
Ngenxa yedutshulwa esebhalwini lama cartridge angikhona sathola ekhona lemawoyeds angikhona into ezinjalo.
And again, a touching memory. Somebody said, as Daniel was being taken away by 5th Brigade, Daniel called to us and said, when death comes, you should not run away. There's no way you can outrun death. So he knew when the soldiers came for him, that was it. He was going to die.
So, yikho kwakhulunywa nguDaniel. uDaniel wathi yena nxa ukufa sokubuyile vele ungakubalekeli. So, la ngesikhathi bezomthatha ngasixoxisana lo munye umfowabo uthi yena bamtshela bathi bona nafana amasotsha sebuya wathi ayekela bebuye bezokwenza lokho abathi.
Okay, this is Chief Mate at Daniel's funeral with the bones. You can see on both sides again there's pictures of Daniel at his reburial. Right, this is somebody else we exhumed, Betty Maisa. Okay, she was a woman in her 40s. That's her on her wedding day.
I believe 5th Brigade,
and this is the exhumation. There's Betty lying in her grave. Now, Betty was killed because she tried to protect the schoolgirls from rape. She tried to hide them in her house from the soldiers. And when they heard she was hiding the schoolgirls, they took her to the camp. And who knows what they did to her, but they eventually killed her. And she was buried. And then the person who was forced to bury her was too afraid to tell anyone where she was buried. And for many years, it was only when we started to exhume, he came to us and said, I know where someone is buried. And we then exhumed her. So one of the things as well is that often people forced to undertake these clandestine burials on behalf of 5th Brigade know where someone's buried, but they're too scared to say so because they don't want to be accused of being a sellout. So they don't tell anyone, and the years go by, and that eyewitness goes to their grave, and the information is lost.
Right, uBetty uMayisa wabulawa ukuthi wazama ukuthi evikele amantombazana ukuthi bewadlwengule. Ngakho ke uthe sebetsheli uthe sekwenzakale njalo bamthatha bahamba laye ekhempa akwaziwa ukuthi kuyini okwenzakalayo kodwa ukuqinisa sikwaziwe ukuthi bagcina bembulala. Abaningi abantu laba babechiya kulokwesaba esigabeni. Abantu laba baze bakhuluma ngesikhathi sesidinga ukuthi engabe engaphi abemuli bemdinga ukuthi akhitshwe engaphi.
I just want to just to briefly mention Balagwi camp as well, and indicate why we aren't there today.
Ngizafuna ukuthi ngithinte mbitshana ngekempe yeBalagwe lokuthi ngichaze ukuthi kuyini okwenza ukuthi singabi khona lamhla khona ngani.
Okay, this is a reburial of human remains at Balagwi camp, which we did together with the Argentinian forensic anthropology team in 2000.
Le andla lizokuthiwa kule masgeve eBalagwe. Amathambo lawa yithi esawabekayo eBalagwe ngo 2000 sasile team ama exhumers ayevela eArgentina ubaba wayekhona wayebona ngomncwabo lo kwakungumgovernor uStephen Nkomo so lokhu sakwenza ngo 2000.
Yeah, and Stephen Nkomo presided over that, which you've just said in Ndebele. And then this year, there started to be real contestation, which Mboso can testify to. In terms of the management, this area was then declared a hero's acre for some reason, which we don't really understand, because it was actually a victim's acre, and there was another mass grave which was buried alongside the first one.
So indawo leyi isingani isiyindawo yombangwa ngoba indawo leyi yaphinda yathiwa yona iza kuba yi-heroes acre loba nje yayi acre yama victim. So kukhona okwenzakeleyo kubona lo mnyaka.
Yeah. You can see here it says mass grave on the rim.
Izananzelela umfanekiso lola uyabe kujengisela ukuthi wona mass grave ojengisela lapho okwabekwa khona amathambo abantu abaningi.
And now look what's happened to the other mass grave there.
Ungananzelela okwenzakala
To the words mass grave.
Eseceleni
They've been concreted over. Isn't that so zoned? So I mean, I just find it a very strange thing to do. I mean, to think that if you put a little bit of cement on a grave, you can change what the substantial reality of what lies beneath. This tomb to the unknown soldier was built at Spilagwi.
So,
okay. This tomb to the unknown soldier was built. And if you look on the reverse of this paper, you'll see what happened within a few weeks.
Ungananzelela ngemva kwakhona okwenzakalayo ithombo leyana yabhidlika.
Okay, that tomb has been destroyed by somebody in the Balagwi vicinity, probably. And again, I mean, this shows the proximity. Here's the tomb of the unknown soldier. Here are the two mass graves, right behind it. So in terms of memorial space, I think what's happening there is very interesting. In terms of contested rights, who has a right to remember what, where, and who has a right to try and interfere with that? And I know some of you who are at Entumbani will have heard similar stories this morning as well. Okay, in terms of who gets to say who should have whose memory, whose heroes, whose victims, whose space, whose memorials. And I'm sure many of you here know Mboso tried to put up a memorial at Balagwi to Cliff Brigade victims, which was knocked down by the CIO in June this year. So, contestation.
So lizananzelela ukuthi ithuna leli lethombo leyana kuseduzane kangakanani okuba isimanga ukuthi njoba kungela space esinjalo osekufanele ukuthi ebe nguye okhumbula okwenzakala kuye nguphi kulowo kumbe kulowani. So yikho esithi thina kulombangwa wespace yena leyana le ndawo yena leyana ukuthi kusebenze lizananzelela ukuthi ibheju kuyazama ukuthi ifake layo enye i-tombstone kumbe ngathi plaque yokujengisela ukuthi indawo le yini kwaba lo msindo futhi lawo abangakawugqidi.
And then I just want to say that for me, what's important and what's important for everybody here to know is that exhuming is a highly skilled task, and we're lucky that in Zimbabwe we now have a forensic team, and to that we are deeply indebted to a lot of people, including the Argentinian forensic anthropology team. You can see them here training. Some faces you'll recognize here, okay, in exhumation of mass graves. Okay, and we got this training from them a year ago, I think.
Lizananzelela ukuthi khona ukukhipha abantu ukwemba umuntu kungumsebenzi odinga ubunono lobungcishi obuthile. Lapha lizananzelela ukuthi emfanekishweni sile team ye-Argentina eyayivele isenza lowo msebenzi. Lapha uyathatha lo mfanekiso ngesikhathi isebenza ifundisa i-team yethu ukwenza.
And we're also deeply indebted to the University of Pretoria, who's been offering us access to skeletal remains to work with. And that's Professor Labe and also Steve Sims from the United States, who's come and done training in bone trauma with our team.
Silokubonga njalo ilokuzeni i-University of Pretoria ukusinika lindawo lokusioffer ukuthi sanelise ukufika kuma-laboratory abo sifunde ngamathambo. Sibonga futhi lo Professor Lebe ngabantu ababengasiphathisa ngaleso sikhathi sibe ngabantu asebeluphele abanye sebachoka.
And this is the last picture I just want to refer to here. This is somebody else that we buried, and as you can see here, the family were so you know, it was so important to them to be able to honor their dead in the right way, that this man was actually reburied with a brand new suit and a new shirt, okay, which was laid in the coffin together with the bones as a sign of deep family respect to the human remains.
So, abantu bona ngwabo bayawuqakathekisa wona lo umsebenzi ukuthi benze amasiko abo ngendlela okuvele kufanele.
I hope you enjoyed this program and you have learned a lot. You are also free to get in touch with us and contribute to some of these issues. You can also invite us to your event, to your area, to come and talk about the issues that you feel are dear to you and important, and the nation of Zimbabwe and the world at large need to hear about these issues. My name is Ndebele. Till we meet again tomorrow, have a good day.
The cyberspace is home to billions of people and is the right platform you need to grow your business. The Center for Innovation and Technology is offering you a golden opportunity to speak directly to your market at an affordable price. We also offer media training workshops, live streaming, documentary production, and events management. Get in touch with us today on the following numbers: +263 867 711 0290 or 0718 100 235. Don't forget to subscribe to our social media platforms. Like our Facebook page, Center for Innovation and Technology. Follow us on Twitter @SiteZW. And you can also check out our website, www.site.org.zw. You can also visit our offices at 45 Moffat Avenue, Hillside, Bulawayo. Take advantage of this opportunity to expand your business.